Most Coen brothers movies are comedies. But there are moments of graphic violence. Story is an important element in their movies. The Coen's delight is watching characters try to cheat the system. There is a pervading presence of cosmic irony in their stories, where we are reminded that no good deed goes unpunished and that crime pays temporarily.
Henry, will you do one thing for me?
Whether the protagonists are creative types searching for validation,
I don't see a lot of money here.
or the common man who is forced into circumstances beyond their control,
What the heck are you talking about? What do you fellas got yourself mixed up in?
life is difficult in the Coen brothers universe.
Now, we had a deal here. A deal's a deal.
Is it, Jerry? You asked those 3 poor souls up in Brainerd if a deal's a deal. Go ahead, ask them.
The heck do you mean?
The heck you mean? I'll see you tomorrow.
As production design, the Coen brothers universe is populated with colorful characters. So what makes them so memorable is costumes. What these characters look like is often unique and very particular. They couldn't be more different, and it all starts with their costumes. In The Big Lebowski, every character has a distinct look that communicates the essence of their personality instantly. Let's take a closer look at the prop and costume choices for the dude. Before we meet our hero, a prop gives us a visual clue to his entire personality. You can watch a movie on mute and know exactly who the characters are just based on the costume.
It's mathematics.
That's when you know you're watching a Coen brothers movie. The Coens are experts at striking a particular tone and mood for each of their films. The general standard with the Coens breaks down like this. The more comedic the tone, the more saturated the colors become.
Say, post for the next round for the tournament.
Donnie, shut the f***. When do we play?
For more dramatic moods, they desaturate and sometimes completely. And in many instances, the tone will shift abruptly, where violence invades comedy or humor releases tension.
Are you jacking with me?
Oh, no, sir.
Don't jack with me.
Yes,
For films with tonal shifts, the approach to color comes down to contrast. The tone ranges from Looney Tunes comedy to bleak fatalism.
I'd be very surprised if our suspect was from Brainerd.
Yeah.
The bright white and cleanliness of Buster Scruggs' outfit contrast the saloon and its patrons. His presence in this space helps guide the contrast and tone that is both violent and comedic. In the fourth story, we begin with lush and saturated landscapes, matching the prospector's optimism for the next gold strike. When he's ambushed, the color drops out except for the bright red blood on his shirt, and after he emerges victorious, the natural richness of greens and blues is restored. The light, color and tone shift from warm sunset yellow to deep cold blue. If you want to modulate the tone of your film with color like the Coens, comedies should include bright and saturated colors, while dramas and thrillers should be desaturated. And remember that shifts in tone can be visualized with contrasting colors. Our next subject is cinematography. Although the Coens don't lean towards fantasy or sci-fi films, they are still world builders. The settings for their films are very specific, placing the characters in context. The Coens tend to shoot 2 things frequently: landscaping establishing shots and medium shots that capture the character and their environment. Fargo opens with 2 minutes of landscapes. The world is white, blank and cold. Soundtrack with a stirring and dramatic score. Whether they're shooting comedy, thriller or somewhere in between, they are most stylistically influenced by film noir. The Coens will go out of their way to capture beautiful images in black and white or color, light and shadow. The interplay between them can produce visually striking images. In No Country for Old Men, chiaroscuro lighting is used to amplify the depths of Anton's monstrousness. Frame your characters in medium and wide shots to keep context, and use chiaroscuro lighting for drama and comedy. Now, let's move on to editing. Within their 2 basic modes, dark comedy and thriller, the Coens' editing strategies adjust to fit those genres. Comedies are edited to spot the rhythm of the dialogue, and thrillers construct suspense without dialogue. In both situations, the Coens use editing to bring the audience in. There are sound elements to keep the mood light, but the visuals don't match. This scene is edited like a suspense film. The close-up in Chad, the claustrophobic lighting, the repeated back and forth between POV and reaction. We never cut outside the closet. We are stuck inside with Chad for a long time. Neither Chad nor the audience realizes just how serious the situation actually is until Chad notices an empty gun holster. The editing techniques that keep us in Chad's shoes has a tremendous effect. We were in fact watching a suspense scene. So, what we learned about how the Coen brothers edit? They edit comedy to match the rhythm of the dialogue, they edit suspense to create moments out of stillness, and they complicate the audience by mixing the two styles in a single film. Another element of the Coen's editing is the use of inserts. Moving on to sound design. Like most filmmakers, sound serves an essential function in a Coen brothers movie. But where they step away from the pack is when they allow sound to be isolated and exaggerated. The sound plays a key role in the storytelling. In The Hudsucker Proxy, the heightened reality of this world look is accentuated by exaggerated sounds. In their thrillers, the Coen brothers push the emphasis on sound. Think of this moment, the tense nature of the scene creates a silence that allows for the tiniest sounds to emerge, and notice the irony of this choice, the crinkling of a package, releasing its tension as the suspense rises. If you want to approach sound design like the Coens, isolate and emphasize sound effects. In comedies, humor can come directly from sound choices. In thrillers, let the isolation around the sound focus our attention.
Sir, the most you ever lost in a coin toss? I don't know. I couldn't say.
Hold it.
The Coen brothers have created dozens of iconic and memorable characters in their films.
Say, dude, where is your car?